All right, boys, heading into the gate. And Mike, you were surprised the 5 is the even money favorite here. Why is that?
I feel like we just watched this movie. We had a Rosario Asmussen Gunrunner just get clobbered as a favorite, and now we're going to 2 races later walk into the gate at even money. I mean, 9-2 was crazy on the morning line. Even money is crazy here leaving the gate. It should have been somewhere around 5-2 range. Give me the 11 at 5-1. Give me the 1 at 21-1. The 2 John Ortiz horses. I think both of them have a legit shot in the spot.
Aaron, what do you think? 4-5 now in the 5.
Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, Jared and I talked about it on Blinkers Off on 9-2. We'll never get it, but we did like this horse. I'm going to pass this completely after what we saw in the Iroquois. It's like, yeah, don't want a short price, and I don't really know who's going to come in this spot. So I'm going to pass. I wouldn't be surprised if the 9 jumps up and hits the board, maybe too. So this can be interesting.
Jared, what about the 3 Naughty Gal for the coach? Had a really impressive a maiden special weight win here back in July.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a horse that looks. Yeah, there's a break here. I think the horse is interesting underneath. I faded the Asmussen Colt and the 2-year-old Iroquois, which worked out well. I liked Grand Love here, so hopefully I can be right on this one. But the 5, you never know. We saw a crazy result in the Iroquois, but the 5 is going to look to do this thing gate to wire as she breaks well and hits the backside here in the lead.
Much different situation here. Up a length, no pressure, not 3 wide. It's just a lot more comfortable spot here for this gun son or daughter of Gunrunner than what we just saw.
Yeah, handful of horse that looks like kind of pressing or kind of pulling on him. I think she's much more comfortable than those leaders in the Iroquois.
A difference between the 2 horses on the outside, the 11 horse Just a Warrior, who I know some of us were really excited about, a daughter of Justify, didn't break that well. Heck, it got stuck wide and is now towards the rear. The 12 broke very quickly and very alertly, and James Graham was able to cut over and save some ground. She's in a good position. I don't know if she's going to be good enough to beat the 5, but that's at least was a strong move to get her in a winning spot.
Well, this is just a matter of if she can get the distance, which is always a question, right? We saw that with the 9 last time, did not. But they seem like the 12's not giving this thing up, but the 5 hasn't really been asked to run yet either.
Why are we waiting until we're head and head before we ask that horse to run? That was odd to me.
Because we're Joel. We got another McPeak making a crazy move here. The 10 just swung up into 4th. Maybe this was the McPeak race.
This was the McPeak race. You're not holding that horse off, I don't think.
No, that was the 1 just got cut off up the rail at 20+1.
10 with ease.
With ease.
Wow. Mike, your friends, the Lucky 7 Stables, the Rattle and Roll crew. They got another one going to Kentucky.
Good for them, man. They've been awesome for the racing dudes. Done a couple interviews for us. It's a fun horse there. It gets home. McPeak at 6-1. A little shorter price there than the 54-1 we had 2 races ago.
But you can Julian aboard for both of those. Big day for Julian.
McPeak special right there. Yep, that's right up his alley with a horse like that. Boy, not a great showing from the Asmussen horses. You know, neither one. This one especially had 0 excuses. Just was empty down the lane.
And they walked from 6 furlongs to a mile there. I mean, 27 seconds for those 2 furlongs is less than good. We'll just put it that way.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
So what about this? Is this Pocahontas sometimes is a little bit more productive than the Iroquois is for the Oaks. Is this, again, I mean, is there anything you take from this race?
Well, I'll focus on the Breeders' Cup first. I do think that horse might be somewhat of a player at the Breeders' Cup. She finished up a lot stronger, I felt like, than the boys. Long-term Oaks, who knows? But this horse, Breeders' Cup wise, may be one to keep an eye on. We don't have that standout in that division for the 2-year-old fillies quite yet. So she kind of is in the realm, I think.
I would stable up Boss Lady Bailey off this too. When you watch this replay back, she got absolutely stopped trying to go up the rail, then fanned out 4 wide and was able to get by the 12 and was closing on the 4 and the 5 late. I think that she had a terrible trip here, was able to at least make a run. And Aaron, I think you nailed it there. Look at that. We talked about the 27 seconds from the 3/4 to the mile. Came home in 6 seconds. So she was trucking. It was everyone else in front of her that was stopping. She was still moving along pretty well.
She was kind of professional. Like she changed her leads where some of the other ones in the Colt race didn't really. I mean, she closed like one that you thought was pretty decent. You picked her up, top of the stretch / kind of upper mid stretch, and it's like, oh well, that's the winner, right? Yep. And because you could tell she was moving a little faster and a little bit more professionally. So nice win, really nice win.
Also a daughter of midshipman who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So a little bit of family history with going to the Breeders' Cup there. We'll see if Kenny McPeak's got one. Jared, any final thoughts here for the Pocahontas? Is this a Kentucky Oaks threat, or this was the first Kentucky Oaks prep race?
Not going to say it's a Kentucky Oaks threat at all, but I do think from a Breeders' Cup standpoint, being the Breeders' Cup is out at Keeneland this year. McPeak, obviously, this horse hasn't ran at Keeneland, but Churchill, Ellis, this is that kind of area, and that's where he trains, and so maybe you could see this horse kind of peaking at the right time and be a player. I thought professionally looked the best, no doubt about it, of the race, and so. It still probably won't get a ton of respect depending on what we see at the Breeders' Cup. I think considering the division is very, very unknown at this point, definitely a player.
Did you say McPeaking at the right time?
McPeaking, I like it. McPeaking. Did I say McPeaking?
No, you didn't.
That'd be awesome if I did. But, hey, it's a verb. McPeaking.
We'll have to start using that, though. That really works well.
It's usually,
but that never happens. Is the problem, and you never can guess when the McPeaking is going to happen.
Well, this is the second year in a row McPeak has gotten a horse home in one of these two races.
Well, listen, when a McPeaking is over, it's just McPeaked.
Yeah, it's
the bomb McPeaked before the Kentucky Derby.
But you got to be careful with that because you can get
McPeaked. That was the problem.
You can get McPeaked if you play him at a short price.
There you go.
Right.
This conversation McPeaked about 5 minutes ago. Let us know down below in the comments what you thought about this race. Love to hear from you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit like before you leave. We'll see you at the track.